So, I got a question. I got an email question from Vinny. He's a guy that uses a lot of my lessons, so I appreciate it when folks like Vinny send me questions that they really kind of lead to other videos that I might create. And Vinny was kind of asking about left hand position for the high tones, and there you hear I just played a little high passage up there, nothing really intricate, but I just wanted to start out our topic with some high tones. So the real deal with playing these high tones and the hand positioning is that you want to maintain really a relaxed hand position, whether you're playing in the middle of the instrument or in the upper or lower end. Now, if you think about it, a relaxed hand position, and I know I'm holding my hands up high right now so you can see them, but if I were to hang them at my side, they would kind of go to a naturally relaxed position about the size of, maybe a baseball. So I'm going to stand up so you can see on my saxophone. I'm maintaining that relaxed position. Now, when I have that relaxed position, my hands are really pretty much ready to hit any of these keys. So the top tone keys, I think Vinny said he likes to use the alternate fingerings for the high E and the high F. I like to use a combination of the side fingerings and the alternate fingerings, or the front E, the front F, if you consider those alternates. I don't even really consider them alternates. They're just two different ways of playing the high notes. So, like with the high D, I can roll my palm in, and you can see, hopefully you can see, that I've got my hand is still relaxed. The palm just naturally hits that D key right on the inside of the knuckle there. So when I do that, you can see I'm hitting the D key right there. These fingers are still pretty much in contact with the left hand. Now, I'm hesitant to tell people to keep the fingers in contact with the left hand keys all the time, because you try to keep your fingers in, the first thing that happens is everything gets stiff. So my suggestion is just stay naturally relaxed. Now you can see that when the palm hits the D key just inside of that knuckle, like I showed you, the hands also stay relaxed, and my index finger is in perfect position to activate or to press the E flat, or if you want to call it the E key. See, I'm still staying in pretty much proximity right there. Even if my fingers straighten out a little bit, I'm still right above the correct keys. And then the next finger is ready to activate or to press the F key, and I'm still very much in proximity. So I've got the D, the index finger hits the E flat key, the next finger hits the F key. Now, I'm not always keeping these fingers right on these keys when I play it there. Sometimes the fingers will straighten out a little bit, but they're still in a good relative position, so that if I need to go from a high E to a G, well, it's easy. If I'm using the front E or the front F and want to go to a G, well, I just slide right down. And you can see for the front F key, I'm really just kind of rolling up. I'm not picking up and moving it. I'm really kind of rolling up to it. And I know there are different designs on these instruments. Some of the older horns, my Mark VI has more of a pearl, or one of these type designs for that key. But still, I can kind of roll up to it like that. So I like being able to roll the hands and really slip and slide around the instrument as need be. Now, in the right hand, you have this upper key that you have to hit when you're playing, like the palm key E and the palm key F. So now you'll notice that my thumb, and I'm a little bit out of position just because I would normally reach down here to play it, but I want to get it so you can see it. Now my thumb, I'm going to kind of pivot on my thumb, but you can see I can reach that high F key, the side key, without really coming off of that key very much. I'm still real handy with that F key. So when I'm going from D to E flat to E to F, I'm still staying pretty much in position so that I can reach any of those other keys. Now, I think that's really a crucial component of building your technique so that you can get those high tones. One thing that I would suggest you do is practice a number of patterns, and I'll put some subtitles from some of my lessons in the video here so that you can see some of the technique sort of oriented lessons I have that'll help you build technique way up into the top of the instrument or in the bottom of the instrument, either way. But one of the first things you can do is start out by once you've got your major scales in hand, you've got your range working a little bit, begin playing all of your major scales to the highest and lowest notes possible on your instrument. You don't always have to do exactly 2-octave range. So for instance, if I were to play an A major scale, I don't have 2 octaves available without going into the altissimo, but I might still want to play it up to, say the high E or the F sharp. So there I started on low A. I cycled all the way up to the high E, back down to the low A, and then on the other end of the horn. So there I've got pretty much a full range scale that I can play on the saxophone. If I'm doing all of my scales full range, I'm practicing all of those top tones, all of those low tones, and everything gets a good balance and mix of work. All right, so hopefully that'll help out a little bit with this hand positioning. Now be sure to visit my websites, beginningsax.com, for all my jazz improv and beginning sax lessons, and also I have a subscription site, randyhunterjazz.vhx.tv, where you can subscribe to my complete series of lessons, and I've got tons of lessons for folks at all different stages, beginning through advanced players. So I hope you'll check out my online lessons.